Under the cover of a moonless night, a desperate figure moved quickly through the silent village streets, their form barely visible in the darkness. Their heart raced in the quiet. Behind them, a threatening presence stirred, a dark force that seemed to twist the air around it. Carrying a glowing bundle, the figure ran into the dark market, searching for safety from the terrifying pursuit. With a final burst of energy, they stumbled into a small dress shop, seeking refuge. Inside, they quickly hid the precious bundle among the fabrics, whispering a desperate plea for its protection before disappearing into the night. The next morning, as the first rays of sunlight pierced the darkness, Nkiru arrived at her shop, full of hope for the new day. As she tidied the displays, her fingers touched an unfamiliar texture. Curious, she reached deeper into the folds of fabric, her heart skipping a beat as she discovered the hidden bundle. Its colors glowed with an otherworldly light, drawing her in. Unknown to Nkiru, this was no ordinary cloth. Each piece had an exquisite texture with intricate patterns that seemed to swirl with a hypnotic beauty. But beyond their beauty, these fabrics held extraordinary powers, woven with ancient magic. One cloth could make its wearer invisible, another could heal any wound, and a third could summon rain from the heavens. But the most desired of all was a fourth fabric, said to offer complete protection, a shield against any harm, a whisper of immortality for those who dared to use it. Captivated by their beauty, Nkiru began incorporating the magical fabrics into her creations, unaware of the powerful forces she now held. As her customers wore the enchanted garments, whispers of their miraculous properties spread through the village. A young woman who had limped into Nkiru's shop with a crutch left moments later, twirling and dancing, her steps free and fluid. An elderly man, struggling with a persistent cough, put on a simple tunic made with the healing fabric and felt warmth spread through his body, his lungs clearing, and his breath coming easily for the first time in years. One farmer, discouraged by the drought that had plagued his fields, bought a pair of sturdy trousers from Nkiru, hoping for a miracle. Yet, as he went about his day, he felt no change. Disappointment weighed on his heart as he returned to his barren farm. But as he reached the top of the hill, overlooking his land, he was astonished. A vibrant, green carpet now covered the once dry earth, with tender shoots reaching up to the sky, nourished by unexpected rain. The fabric had worked its magic where it was needed most. As time passed, Nkiru's fascination with the enchanted fabrics grew. She experimented with them, carefully observing their effects and uncovering their secrets. The fabric that shimmered like moonlight truly did make its wearer invisible, a power she deemed too dangerous to share. The cloth woven with golden threads could heal any wound, its touch bringing instant relief. And the fabric decorated with raindrop patterns could indeed summon rain, transforming barren fields into fertile land. But among these wonders, one fabric stood apart. It was said to offer complete protection from any harm. Nkiru, understanding its immense power, decided to keep this fabric hidden, its magic reserved for a time of great need. With this new knowledge, Nkiru's shop became a place of comfort and transformation. Villagers, burdened by troubles or misfortunes, would come to her, their voices filled with worry.
This will protect your family.
Nkiru, with her compassionate heart and understanding of the fabric's magic, would listen carefully.
We will help everyone.
Her intuition guiding her to the perfect remedy. News of her amazing creations spread quickly, carried by the grateful stories of those she had helped. But far beyond the village, in a hidden mountain fortress, always covered in shadows, these stories reached the ears of Malaki, a powerful sorcerer with an unending hunger for power.
That will do.
Malaki had been obsessed with these enchanted fabrics for years, their legendary powers a tempting prize just out of his reach. Time and again, he had come close to seizing them, only to be stopped by their mysterious guardian, who always managed to escape and hide in some unsuspecting village. But now, the whispers spoke of a new home for the fabrics, a small dress shop in a distant village. This time, Maliki vowed, he would not fail. One day, as the village bustled with its usual energy, a chilling presence arrived. Maliki, cloaked in shadows and radiating menace, walked through the marketplace, his eyes scanning the crowd with intense focus. With a flick of his wrist, market stalls overturned, sending fruits and vegetables tumbling to the ground. A gust of wind, conjured from his fingertips, tore through the square, whipping up dust and debris and sending villagers running for cover. Nkiru, busy attending to a customer, felt a shiver run down her spine. The enchanted fabrics in her shop seemed to hum with an unsettling vibration, their magic reacting to the approaching danger. Her intuition, sharpened by her connection to the fabrics, warned her of the threat. As Maliki's imposing figure darkened her doorway, the air crackled with energy. Fear filled the air, mingling with the dust and the scent of overturned spices. The screams of frightened villagers echoed through the marketplace as they fled Maliki's destructive path. Nkiru's heart pounded in her chest, matching the chaos around her. She didn't know who this man was or what he wanted, but the fear in her neighbor's eyes and the power radiating from him sent a wave of terror through her. Instinctively, she knew she had to protect herself. With a surge of adrenaline, she reached for the fabric that shimmered like moonlight, the one that could grant invisibility. As the shimmering fabric wrapped around her, its magic weaving a cloak of invisibility, Nkiru's fear lessened slightly, replaced by a sense of cautious determination. Unseen, she watched as Maliki's gaze swept across the empty shop, his frustration growing with each passing second. He snarled, his voice a growl that sent shivers down her spine. Where are they? He roared, his words echoing through the shop. I know they're here. Nkiru, holding her breath, moved silently through the shop, her bare feet soft against the wooden floor. The enchanted fabrics, sensing her fear and determination, seemed to pulse with life, their magic resonating with her racing heart. Malaki's anger grew, his dark power lashing out in destructive bursts. Shelves shattered, bolts of fabric were torn apart, and the once orderly shop descended into chaos. Nkiru, her invisibility a fragile shield against his wrath, knew she couldn't stay hidden forever. She had to act, to protect herself and the precious magic entrusted to her. With newfound courage, Nkiru reached for the fabric adorned with raindrop patterns. Even as Malaki's destructive rampage continued, she focused her will, summoning a powerful storm within the shop. The air crackled with electricity, and the wind whipped through the room, sending scraps of fabric swirling like spirits.
Spirit of the storm,
Maliki,
bring
caught
the
off guard
rain.
by the sudden storm, stumbled back, his dark cloak billowing in the wind. Rain lashed against the windows, and thunder boomed overhead, mixing with the sorcerer's angry cries. The fabrics, infused with their own magic, danced in the chaos, their colors blending in a mesmerizing display. "Show yourself, coward!" Maliki shouted, his voice a roar that shook the shop. "You cannot hide from me forever!" But Nkiru remained silent, her resolve unshaken. She knew that revealing herself would only make her a target. Blinded by the storm and consumed by his fury, Maliki lashed out with dark energy, his magic seeking its unseen target. Nkiru, her heart pounding, knew she couldn't withstand such an attack. But in that moment of desperation, she remembered the fabric of protection, the one she had kept hidden, its power unused until now. With a silent prayer, she reached for the hidden cloth, its touch sending a surge of warmth and strength through her. As Maliki's dark magic crashed against her, she felt an impenetrable barrier rise around her, not only deflecting the attack, but also reflecting it back toward the sorcerer with greater force. Maliki, caught off guard, cried out as his own magic turned against him. The dark energy, now charged with the protective fabric's power, slammed into him with devastating force, throwing him back against the wall and leaving him momentarily stunned. The storm raged on, its fury now reflecting Malachi's own failed ambition. The sorcerer, weakened and disoriented, struggled to stand. The fabric of protection had not only shielded Nkiru, but had also turned his power against him, a fitting punishment for his evil intent. Finally, exhausted and defeated, Malachi's magic faltered. The storm calmed, the wind died down, and the rain stopped. Nkiru, her invisibility fading as the last remnants of magic disappeared, stepped out of the shadows, her eyes filled with newfound strength. Malachi, his face twisted in rage and disbelief, stared at her, his dark ambition momentarily eclipsed by his astonishment. He had never encountered such defiance. "You," he sputtered, his voice hoarse, "you possess the fabric of protection." Nkiru met his gaze. "And I will use it to protect my village," she declared, her voice strong with confidence. Malachi lunged forward, his hand outstretched, desperate to claim the fabric for himself. But Nkiru was ready. With a swift movement, she wrapped herself in the protective cloth, its magic surrounding her like a second skin. Malachi's attack hit an impenetrable barrier, his dark energy dissolving harmlessly against its shimmering surface. Defeated and furious, Malachi fled the village, his dreams of immortality destroyed. Nkiru, her heart full of gratitude for the fabrics and the courage they had given her, emerged from her protective cloak. The villagers, who had watched from a safe distance, cheered, their fear replaced by awe and admiration. From that day on, Nkiru's shop remained a place of hope. The magical fabrics, their immediate purpose fulfilled, were not forgotten. Nkiru, understanding their power and the responsibility they carried, became their guardian, promising to use their magic wisely and only when truly needed. The village thrived, its fields fertile, its people joyful, and Nkiru was more than just a dressmaker now. She was a protector, a symbol of courage,